about the brain these days.
Yeah, it is remarkable. One of the long-standing beliefs was we believed that the brain had nowhere to go but down. But new research is showing that through mental exercise, you can actually keep your memory as you age. You can even create new brain cells. So we're walking right now. What's happening to my brain?
Well, what we found in our study is that walking will increase the volume of the brain, increase the efficiency of the brain, and increase number of improvements in a number of cognitive processes, such as memory and attention.
Just by walking?
Just by walking.
Professor Arthur Kramer of the University of Illinois in Urbana is part of a revolution, challenging a long-held belief in the world of neuroscience, that the brain is hardwired, fixed, immutable. He says changing the size and the function of your brain is as easy as taking a few steps.
We walk at 40 minutes.
78-year-old Grace Miller walked 3 days a week for 6 months. Have you noticed the difference?
I really think so. My husband and I, we kind of try to remember things. Lately, I've been doing all the answering.
We do know that over about a 6-month period, you can get about a 15% improvement in memory and attention and a variety of other things.
In 6 months?
In 6 months, right.
That's pretty remarkable. Professor Kramer took pictures of the brains of 60 participants before and after 6 months of walking and saw an increase in crucial areas responsible for memory and decision-making.
I was surprised at how much plasticity, how much flexibility older brains have, because the general belief up until about a decade or so ago was that, that brains deteriorated as we age. That's not true.
Not true at all. Plasticity. It's the actual strengthening of connections between neurons, stopping, yes, even reversing memory loss. Physical exercise helps, and so do mental exercises.
The brain is actually revising itself. It's actually plastically changing itself as you develop new skills and abilities, as you learn new things.
Professor Mike Merzenek of the University of California, San Francisco has in many ways turned neuroscience on its head by championing this idea of plasticity. He has even developed a computer program called Brain Fitness, which is commercially available for almost $400. Users make thousands of decisions per hour. The result? Possibly a mind that is 10 years younger. Seniors at the Heritage Estates in California say it's made a difference.
It stimulates your brain, and it really makes you remember and want to remember.
To be clear, what Merzenek is selling hasn't been independently proven to work, but a recent study in the Journal of the American Medical Association says that the benefits of cognitive training like this can last 5 years. You know, without question, there's also already lots of good reasons to exercise. We already know that. But this idea that you could actually train the most important muscle of all, your brain, that's coming to reality. People are starting to believe this.
I tell you, I'm going to hit the treadmill when I get home Sunday. Meanwhile, what about people who are already suffering from dementia or Alzheimer's? Can mental and physical exercise restore their memory?
Well, here's what we know. Once you get to the stage of Alzheimer's, probably not. At least there's no studies to indicate that you could. But in people who are starting to develop Alzheimer's or have early cognitive problems, the answer is yes. And the most exciting thing, I think, Katie, is that you can actually measure that. These scans show those areas of the brain responsible for memory actually growing in response to physical and mental exercise. So yes, there's hope for people who may have early Alzheimer's or early dementia.
It really is exciting. Yeah. Sanjay Gupta, again, welcome.
Thank
So
you.
happy to have you
Thanks
here.
for having me.